And I'm not an exceptional person. I'm just a regular alcoholic. And I've written a whole bunch of books about honesty, and I told the truth. How I lived, what I've done, and all the exploits of my life. And I've been a hippie, and I smoked marijuana for like 40-some years, and I have done every illegal drug known to man. I've been married 5 times, and I'm just a regular, general, out loud, rather than secretive American.
How many times you been arrested?
I don't know, I've been arrested a dozen or so times. I've never spent overnight in jail. I'm still waiting on that. But basically, it was in civil rights activities and anti-Vietnam War activities and activities in the capital of the United States opposing the lack of, in favor of campaign finance reform. And I've been arrested I've been like detained, but not actually arrested in the anti-Iraqi war movement. I've just couldn't figure out a way to get arrested except by slugging a cop at the time. But I know I've been fighting the good fight for all these years, and even though we still have gutless Democrats that don't have enough balls or ovaries to cut off funding for the goddamn illegal, immoral war in Iraq, we've made some progress in the direction of educating the dunderheaded American populace that's been hypnotized and stupidified by the public education system for thousands of years. We've made just a little teeny increment of progress of finding to be able to find, say, half of their ass with one hand.
Well, if you're going to say just in a nutshell why you did it and why the rest of us should do it.
I did it because I felt a little bit desperate about how so many people on the internet know so much, and so many people in the general public know so little. And there's such a gap between the people that are disdainfully referred to on Fox News as the intelligentsia. I consider myself part of the intelligentsia, and I'm not ashamed of it. And I think those jerks on Fox are idiots. And I think that there's such a gap between the people that have some capacity to think and some perspective on what's going on in the world and the rest of the populace. I think it's primarily because of our educational system, which I think we should do away with altogether. I have 2 homeschooled children who are brilliant, and one is a great performing artist, and people go up to me after performances and say, "How did you get to be so wise at so young?" She's 21 years old. I said, because I kept her out of school. So schools are the way we dumb the citizenry down so that they aren't citizens anymore, they aren't conscious anymore, they aren't aware anymore, they're not educated anymore, they hate reading, they hate learning, they hate everything because of the stupid school system they've been put through. And until we figure out that there's another way now that people can learn by being supported in what they're curious about. And this is all in my book called Radical Parenting, if anyone wants to find out about it. But anyway, I have a lot of friends who've left. And I want to go visit them on a regular basis in Belize and South America and Europe and keep up the conversation. Some of them will come back, maybe, and I may just leave. We've got to wait and see. But I ran, and I think the reason that I ran is because there are some wonderful things about this country. That I have been able to have a life of relative freedom all my life, even though I've been very much opposed to the people in power. It's been a good thing. And that my choice to be able to raise my children in some way other than by submitting them to the obedience training machine called public education is still something that's possible in America. And there's still some potential there, but it won't come from reform. It comes from killing off all the sickness, which starts with the school system and goes throughout the entire economic system. So I think that we need to take a time out. I think the whole damn country ought to take 6 months off and sit around and talk about how we'd like to do it if we did it over again. it.